For author Casey Barros, National Carers Week can stir up a lot of emotion. When her dad was diagnosed with terminal cancer in 2021, she became his advocate, joining the ranks of nearly 3 million Aussies who dedicate their lives to looking after their loved ones.
In her latest book, Next of Kin, she not only details her very personal journey, but provides guidance for other caregivers, offering support during very challenging times. And we welcome Casey to the morning show. Now, lovely to see you, Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Tell us about your dad, Jack, and what it was like becoming his primary carer. It's a big step.
It is a big step, and I think everybody will say this, but my dad really was the best. And I had been a health journalist for 15 years when I got that call. So professionally, I was already in awe of carers. And then when I got the call to become one, I really understood what that meant. And it's a lot, to say the least.
Yeah. Tell us how it's a lot. Like, what drain does it put on you? Like,
it's just incredibly physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, financially draining. And for so many, it can be a 24/7, 365-day-a-year job. It can feel a little bit relentless, and it's coupled with all of this emotion because you're usually caring for somebody that you love who's going through a really hard time because they've got a disability or they've got a disease and they're struggling, which makes it so it's not just the physical hard yakka, it's the emotional side too.
Toll, yeah.
You just said because of your professional background, you were almost a little bit pre-prepared for this, more so than many people. What was one thing that surprised you, though, about when you took on this role?
I thought that there would be somebody in charge. I don't know who I thought that would be, somebody in the sky with a clipboard or somebody in a hospital with a clipboard. And what I realised really quickly was that nobody is in charge, nobody is coming, you are in charge, the patient and the carer, and it is your job to work through all of the very kind of separate and sort of discombobulating sections of our healthcare system, which is world-class, it's big, it's beautiful, and it's incredibly complicated to navigate, even when you know what you're doing.
So tell us about your book. You've written Next of Kin. Tell us what we're going to get out of the book.
So this is a what to expect when you're expecting for the other end of life, for when life goes wrong, because when you fall pregnant or there's new life, there is more content than you could ever possibly consume. And I found that when I got to the other side, there was almost nothing. And so this book essentially contains everything I wish I'd known before I stepped into that role and everything that I learned along the way.
How do you avoid burnout? Because you got the family at home, there's the emotional stress, the physical stress, all of this going on. You've got to look after yourself, right?
You do. And care is incredibly demanding, as I said. And so really the antidote to burnout is respite. And that just means time away from your caring duties so that you can rest and recover and recuperate. And that could come in the form of a professional respite service in an institution or a community service or someone in the home. But it can also come from well-meaning friends and family who just give you a couple of hours off. And my sage advice is please don't spend it trying to catch up on the mountain of life admin that has been accumulating while you've been living in this parallel world. Please take the time to just...
So a day off is a day off.
Make it a day off.
Some of the surprises you can talk about things like a lot of legal stuff that you need to know that you probably never knew you did. So that legal is a big one, isn't it?
Yes.
And nursing home admissions and stuff like that. So that's all covered off in the book?
It is, it is. And it's funny because, I mean, we were in a terminal illness setting. My dad had a terminal diagnosis. And on the other side of the mountain that I was climbing to get him to the end was this whole other mountain that I had not in any way prepared for. And we're often asking people to navigate these incredibly complex and powerful roles and these really difficult legal and financial situations, being enduring power of attorney and what have you, and being executor of a will when they're probably at their worst. They've just said goodbye to somebody that they love. So it is incredibly complicated. My hope is that the book makes it a little simpler. It's where to start.
If we know a carer, how do we care for our carer friends? You know what I mean? How do we look out for them? Is it something you want to talk about at the end of the day, or is it something you don't want to talk about? Do you have a cup of tea and don't talk about what's going on?
That's a lovely question to ask them.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it, or would you like to talk about quite literally anything else?
Yeah.
I think I would start answering that by saying there's one thing that we shouldn't do, and that's to say, please let me know if there's anything I can do. Because when you are in the trenches of care, there are days when you don't know what your name is or what day it is, let alone what they can do for you. It gives them another job to do. So what I would say instead is give them 2 really concrete options. Hey, I can pick up your kids on Wednesday and have them till 7 and then drop them home. I'll feed them, I'll bath them, I'll bring them home for you, give you some time. Or on Friday, I can make your family a meal and drop it off so that you've got something for the weekend,
great advice.
which would be better for you this week.
Beautiful advice. Just quickly, we're almost out of time. You have a 5-minute reset to help carers.
Yes.
In the book. What's that about?
Yes, and I just have to put a disclaimer on this, which is if I had have heard this when I was in the trenches, I would have been like, you've got no idea what my life is like. But the truth is, we can all find 5 minutes in 24 hours. They don't have to be consecutive. So I'd give 1 minute for your physical health. Can you run up and down the stairs twice or do 10 squats? 1 minute for your mental health. Can you take 3 deep breaths, practice mindfulness? 1 minute for your social health. So send a text, connect with someone. 1 minute for your spiritual health, and I reckon best bang for your buck on that is maybe 3 things that you're grateful for. Think them, write them down, tell somebody else. And the VIP of this is 1 minute for your future self, because it can feel like, as a carer, you've put all of your hopes and dreams and aspirations on the shelf and they're gathering dust. And so what you need is to remember that there will be something else for you on the other side of this. What might that look like? Send a text to an old colleague, research that course that you've been desperate to do but never found the time to do. Remember that on the other side of this, there will be something that is for you, and I think that's what keeps you going in those hard moments.
Beautifully said, Casey, all of it. Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, such a well-considered book.
Absolutely. Next of Kin by Casey Burrows is out now. Very important.